created this read around the text to use with our literature books. But it's a little bit different than what you are used to when you rat history or science textbooks, so I wanted to explain. First of all, the first thing you will do in this box is you will look at the title of the text that you're going to read, if there are any pictures, captions, and then there may be critical, they call them critical viewing questions, which go hand in hand with the illustrations. You need to make logical predictions about what the text will be about. That means you have to have some evidence that you can use to support your prediction. Your prediction may not be right, but the fact is that you're trying to use the title and the pictures to try to create something in your mind about what this text will be about. And then down in this box, it's for vocab builder and footnotes. In the traditional text, the vocabulary is underlined, and off to the side of the text, there will be the definition. And then footnotes, if you will see a footnote, there'll be a little number somewhere throughout the text, and at the bottom, there'll be another number, the same number, and it'll explain what the footnote is about. You need to write down the vocabulary and any important information that the footnote gives you in this box right here. Now we're going to look at the next square, and this is for reading skill questions and literary analysis questions. I want you to read the question. Obviously, I don't want you to answer the question. You can't answer it. You have not read the text yet. But there is a lot of information that you can find in the textbook, in the questions. I went ahead and got the textbook to give you an example. For example, on page 17, in the story The 1159, the reading check question is, what kind of stories did Lester tell to amuse the new employees? Well, you don't know, but what we can know about Lester is that he likes to tell stories, and people found them funny. He amused them. So that might be information that we will need to know, and it might help us understand the information a little bit better, or the story a little bit better. The important thing is I want you to look at all of those questions, and I want you to provide 3 or 4 ideas that you can figure out just by the question itself. And you need to write that in a complete sentence. It needs to be a complete thought, or you won't remember why you wrote it down. And then the final box. You go to the back of the story. Now, I usually only do this with nonfiction because with fiction there's usually an element of surprise, and I don't really want you to know what happens at the end of the story. But in nonfiction, if you look at the questions in the back, they are also going to provide you with information that you did not know yet about the text. The Baker Heater League. We don't know what a Baker heater or what the Baker Heater League is, but when we look in the back of the book, we might be able to figure that out just by the questions that are being asked. So that's what I want you to do when you read around the text. Believe it or not, there is so much information that you can find out that will help add to your background knowledge, that will help you then when you start to read the text, you will be able to comprehend and understand a lot better what you're reading.